So I'm out in the woods with a Caesar, eh? And I'm looking for Kawartha Lakey Larry. We're gonna see if he comes out of the ground, out of his little burrow, and if he's gonna see his shadow. Huh? I know Kawartha Lakey Larry is around here, because I've seen him in the summer. I trapped his brother, actually, under my deck when I built the deck. I put some peanut butter on bread, and I went outside to the scream, and he was there, and he was so mad. He was so mad, and I picked up that trap, and he was flailing all around, and I'm like, yo, Chuck, drop a beat.
Hold it now!
And we drove out to some crown land, and I hiked in a little bit, and I opened up the trap, and he took off like a bat out of hell, right? I think we can also agree that the album cover for Bat Outta Hell was way better than the album itself. I mean, decent album, but the cover of that, holy crap. So anyways, I'm out here looking for Kawartha Lakey Larry, see if he can see his shadow, but I don't see any sun. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're gonna get Kawartha Lakey Larry to come out of his burrow. We're gonna see if he sees his shadow. We'll find out if we got 6 weeks of winter, more or less, to go. And you might be thinking to yourself, hey, Jay, yeah? I got a question for you, dude. What's up, bro? What the fuck is with Groundhog Day? I am nothing if not a repository of useless information. Let me break it down. So if you can imagine in medieval Europe, right? Back in the day, like long time ago, like, eh? They had the celebration called Candlemas, where they lit a bunch of candles. Super clever name. And that was based off of some old pagan ritual where they used to all go out with lit torches to the fields and purify the ground before they sowed the crops. How I know this? I don't know. I get curious about things, and then I hit the Googler, I crack open a book. Would it hurt you to crack open a book, guys? They got all kinds of stuff written in books. Read a book. Anyway, they do that. And they purify the grounds, and then they'd sow their seeds, and then they'd come back to the farms, and they'd be like, beauty day out there holding the torch, eh? And they're like, yeah, oh, we got a bunch of flour left over from like the winter that we didn't use. And they're like, you know what we should do? We should make some crepes.
I love crepes.
So anyway, this was a huge celebration, and it was sort of like, right, split down the middle between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, or the summer equinox. The equinox and the solstice. And then I think there was something to do with the Christians, and it had 40 days from the birth and midway to, I don't know, some Gregorian calendar stuff, eh? I'm not a Gregorian expert. I've only met one Greg in my life, to be honest with you. Cool guy, though. Hell of a golfer. Watched him get a hole-in-one once. So anyways, around this time in Europe, right? You got the bears and the otters and the whatever the things getting up. Hibernation's over. No, good morning. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. They did that, and then a bunch of them got on a boat, and they came over here to North America. And they brought those crazy traditions with them, right? Where do you think you got Halloween from? Thank the Irish. Anyway, they looked around here, and they're like, what do you guys got in terms of animals that are hibernating? And they're like, oh, we got all kinds of stuff over here for you, bud. We got the groundhog, the woodchuck, the old whistle pig, the old thickwood badger, the old moonack, the old Canada marmot, right? The old hedgehog. And so they're like, oh, friggin' A rights, bud. Friggin' A rights, bud. Well, what we'll do is February 2nd, just like Candlemas, we're gonna look outside and see if these little groundhogs come up out of their burrows. And if they see their shadows, well, we know what's what, don't we? And I mean, there's some truth to it, because sunny days are usually associated with like Arctic air coming in, which is colder and crisper air, and cloudy days are like coastal air, humidity and whatnot. And what that has to do with Wyerton Willie, I have an idea. We're out in the woods and we're looking for Kawartha Lakey Larry to see if he sees his shadow. So we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait for Kawartha Lakey Larry, and this could be good. This could be good, eh? So I've got well, geez, I've got half a Caesar, and really all the time in the world. So let's see if we can't see if Kawartha Lakey Larry comes out and sees his shadow. You ready? Kawartha Lakey Larry's not coming out. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that Canadian winters are substantially longer than European winters, and that groundhog burrows are usually covered by several feet of snow and ice around February 2nd, which might explain why Wyerton Willie is basically a house pet who's brought out once a year to say hi-de-ho to everybody. And if you think Wyerton Willie's been doing it since they started this thing, then you're not paying attention, man. No, he's been replaced. One time, we're just an albino Wyerton Willie, and we'll be like, oh yeah, and what about the year he wasn't there because he died? You gonna, what? You think I don't notice, or you want me to accept that it's a zombie groundhog? Don't fall for the big groundhog scam, everybody. Big groundhog is not going to tell you whether or not there's going to be a lot more winter. You're in Canada. There's going to be a lot more winter. Incidentally, it was reported this morning that Wyerton Willie did in fact predict 6 more weeks of winter. So, you know, take that with what you will. To all my fellow Canadians, what does that mean for us? Oh, I guess we're gonna head down to the old Lickbo there and grab ourselves a Mickey. Huh? Maybe a 40-pounder? What do you think? Geez, you get a 60-pounder if you need to. Grab a few darts there from the convenience store, put on the house coat, plop yourself on that Chesterfield. That's what I'm thinking. And if you're not a hard liquor kind of cat, you know, you can always head over there to the beer store and grab yourself a 2-4 or a suitcase of your favorite Canadian beverage. And I would suggest you get a Canadian one because, you know, that's it. That's it from the woods. That's it from the woods. Groundhog Day, I think, was a rousing success. We learned. We had ourselves a Caesar, 'cause we had that groundhog fever, and we came out to the woods, you and me. Well, we waited for Kawartha Lakey Larry, and waited for Kawartha Lakey Larry. But it was -30 yesterday, so I'm pretty sure he's covered by a bunch of ice, eh? Holy... What do you expect? It's Canada. Happy Groundhog Day, everybody. I hope your tortillas are hot and your butter tarts are sticky. Have yourself a beauty afternoon. I'm freezing. I'm going back to the lodge.